Hello and welcome to Saturday. Today I finally took care of something that has needed to be done for a long time. What did I do? Well, I spent the evening sweeping some internet dust, which is a very peculiar way of explaining it, but I'll go into detail now. Look at my screen. You see what that is? That is Flickr, and specifically it is me changing the permissions of over 1,000 items from public to private. Now, why would I do such a thing? Why would I take so many photos and make them private? The reason is they were never meant for the internet. That's what it comes down to. This may come as a surprise, but before I was vlogging, before November 2009, I actually took photos. Ever since high school, I was really interested in documenting my day, and I carried a camera with me all the time. I took photos all the time, and I needed a place to put those photos, and Flickr was that place. This was before Facebook ever existed. So I went to Flickr and I just dumped all my photos, and I left them public because, let's be honest, who was going to look at them? No one knew who I was. I just put all my photos on there. So I did that for many years. And I kind of stopped uploading photos once I started doing vlogs in November 2009. But I had all these photos, thousands, 11,000 photos on Flickr, and they've just been sitting there. But they've been sitting there public, and that probably shouldn't be how it is, because these photos were never meant for the public. They were just meant for me. Now, is there any photos on here that are, scandalous that we can't let get out to the general public? Well, no. That's not really, it's not really what any of these are. There's just mostly a lot of photos of me. There's a lot of photos of Mal, like whenever she would visit and we'd go on trips, like we went to Savannah, etc. We took a lot of landscape photos, those kinds of things. And I don't really care about those being public, but I took a lot of photos in high school, and there's a lot of photos of my friends. Like a ton of photos of just people doing wacky stuff. And when it comes right down to it, the vlog is a very different beast, because the vlog is very calculated. I control what I shoot, which sounds weird because I took these photos, but high school was a different time. Whenever I shoot a vlog, I decide what I'm going to film. And there's even another step, because when I get to post-production, I can say, you know what, I don't want to include that one thing, so I'll just leave it out. But all of these photos from high school aren't like that. They were funny things between me and my friends. They're dated, but more importantly, it's all about, to an extent, privacy, because there's hundreds, if not thousands, of photos of them that are on this Flickr account, and they really don't need to be there. They were only ever meant for me and the humor of them and our company together, so to have them online now doesn't make any sense. And it also does feel weird, because if someone is searching for me and stumbles across this Flickr account, they're going to find all these photos of them, and that's not what they're looking for. They're trying to find photos of me. But all of these photos were never meant for people. They were always just meant for, for my personal photo collection. So this evening, I finally took the time to make them all private. Once again, not a big conspiracy or anything. It's just they've been public for a long time, and they've never really needed to be public. The vlog is the thing that I want to present to people. These old photos, not so much. It is fun, though. I gotta admit, it was actually very fun. It took a long time to go through and private everything tonight, but it was actually a lot of fun to see everything again. So I want to open this up to discussion, and I would really like input from anyone who has recently swept some internet dust as well. Maybe it's something as mild as just taking old photos and saying, okay, these don't need to be on the internet, or they don't need to be public or whatever. Or maybe it's something a little different. Maybe you found like a LiveJournal post from 10 to 15 years ago, and you said, man, I was a dumb kid, and you deleted it or whatever. I'd love to hear about stories like that. I think that's really fun. And what was interesting for me is that even though I was privating these, I got to see them. And these are photos I haven't seen in a long time, like a really long time. So it was fun for me to actually get to see the photos again. And I think that even if you were finding an old blogger post or LiveJournal post from 10 to 15 years ago, and you said, man, I was really dumb, I'm going to delete this, I think it's still really cool that you kind of get a mini history lesson when you see that post. And right before you delete it, you get to relive what the mind of yourself was 10 to 15 years ago, and I think that's kind of cool. Anyway, talk about that. That was my evening. I finally got it done. I still have the photos. They're not deleted, so if I need them for something, like if I reference an old photo for a vlog, I can still show you guys. But it was something that was never meant for the public, so now I finally took care of it. Anyway, talk about that kind of stuff, and that's going to be it for me today. So thank you so much for watching, and as always, let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?